What's up, YouTube? It's me, the artisanmc. If you can hear me, give me a one in the chat, please. One in the chat, please. Okay, as long as you guys can hear me clearly, I got the phones in. I can hear my voice in the microphone. Yeah, baby. Oh, my people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. It has been, or trying to be, a really stressful day today. I just got two calls while I'm trying to have my breakfast for the new year. Since nobody wants to have breakfast, you'll forgive me if you see me munching on stream. Because that's why I was late. I had to finish making my breakfast. And I was getting calls since 8 o'clock this morning about, about things that are relatively normal when you have a power outage. Everybody's a dumb genius. So give me 1 second. Let me enter these notes on this call. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Toya said she was drooling by 11. Damn, he was putting in work, wasn't he? And please forgive the roughness of my look. I have not had time to sleep, let alone shave. So I'm trying to eat some breakfast so I'm not fucking hangry with people today, but they are not giving me time to actually make food and eat it. 1 second while I dictate this. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. All right, with that out the way, like I told y'all, this is one of the most important things I do with my week is giving you guys this show. I really don't like when people interrupt that shit for frivolous freaking calls and stuff like that about things that are not actually a problem. So I spent, as you can see, I'm on call. So I spent the better part of yesterday working my ass off from 7:40 in the morning until right before midnight, running back and forth with rain and power outage. So all morning up until about 5 o'clock, it was rain problems, roof leaking, gutters overflowing, streets overflowing, dealing with all that stuff in stride. I was wet all day, and it wasn't like I was a hoe. Just what's on the menu? I don't know if you guys can see it. Turkey bacon, pancakes, and eggs. Proteins and rib sticking food. That's what's on the menu. I'm listening. So did that up until about 5. I sat down, thought I was going to have me some dinner. And 5:43, the flood of calls started coming in. There was a power outage here where I am in the community. And all of a sudden, I went from having no calls to getting 3 calls every minute. every minute from 5:43 until about 7:30 when the call center finally decided to call and say, "Hey, is there an outage going on? Is that repaired?" No, it's not repaired. Yes, there is an active outage in a large part of the community, and people are coming to fix it. But everybody wanted to still call and give me their long stories on what was weird about the outage in their house because it was a partial outage. So some things worked, some things didn't. Basically, meaning for all the bright people who are here, who are supposed to be technically astute, that you're on reserve power. And reserve power is not going to charge up all your high power items. Like, I don't know, the washing machine, the dryer. Yes, you can have a light on and it be dimmer than it usually is. But no, it's not going to run your dryer too and the internet and everything else. No. All those high powered items that draw a lot of power during an outage is not working. Get over it. But no, while I'm on the call with one person, I'm getting three calls back to back to back to back to back. And every person wants to call and tell me their truth and their story. I don't have time for that shit. There were so many fucking calls coming in the span of 5 minutes. Calls got kicked to my supervisor because I couldn't answer them, and then they got kicked past him because he couldn't answer them, and got kicked to our regional manager. So everybody's getting phone calls because the whole community is calling at the same time about the same issue, and everybody wants to talk. Talk, 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 talk. Yeah, it does sound like running around your job, JT. It does. Now, I took all of this in stride, even though I was hungry as fuck. Because mind you, I never got to eat breakfast. I woke up at 7:40 during a rainstorm, and people are worried about water leaks, roof leaks. Okay, that's normal. Fine. It is what it is. You start noticing leaks when it starts raining. But other stuff, like leaks that had been repaired and then leaking again, kind of irritating because that means they weren't fixed. Now, some of the most egregious ones, and I'm gonna cut off the bitching about work shit in a minute, but this is what I've had up my ass the last couple of days. Some of the most egregious ones is being in the middle of a rainstorm, person having an unkept backyard, and wanting me to stop water from rising in their backyard towards their back door during the rain, during the full-on rainstorm. You expect me to stop this water from rising? I'm not in control of the rain. I don't know. I don't have anything to do about that. So, be that as it may, a lot of the angst comes from things that happen during a power outage that smart people nowadays don't think about. What up, Tori and Rain? Here comes the rain again. I'm not in Southern California. I'm in Northern California. Oh, it fucking rains up here. You know what the smart people do when it rains in Northern California? They go up to Tahoe in Nevada because that means there's snow up there. They throw on the chains and get moving. They get moving. They get moving east. They go on to ski. It's not a bad time. Now, you don't want to be driving in Bay Area traffic during the rain because these motherfuckers down here do not know how to drive in the rain. As soon as it starts raining, they start speeding faster, hydroplaning, flipping over, running into people and shit. It's ridiculous. I think it's because we have a high degree of transplants as well as regular people who just don't know how to drive. Imagine if it was a hailstorm. I can imagine that sick dingy. I can. I can imagine that very well because I've worked outside as a carpenter in the rain. when it's cold and it starts hailing. I am not immune to the elements. Okay, I know exactly what the hell is going on. So a lot of the calls that I got last night was for simple shit like, okay, my stove won't work. Well, your stove is partly electric. Yeah, the gas for the fire comes in is gas, but the ignition system for all that is electric. So you're having to explain to some presumably really smart people that your stove's not like it's not going to work. Yeah, you can light the burner with a match if you want to, but it's not broken, and we need to replace your stove or your washing machine because the power's out. You think it blew your washing machine. Now this genius here is calling me about melted ice because from about 5:40 until midnight or so, the power was off and his refrigerator was off, and he's calling me this morning about melted ice. And here we go. 1 second, you guys, while I take this call. Motherfucker can't work a phone. Jesus Christ. Now, mind you, this is somebody on the same street. Let's see, this one with this stuff. They have a Facebook page for this community, and everybody reads the Facebook page except for me. I don't read this shit. They see stuff on there, and then everybody calls in at the same time about the same thing because they're sitting there just mind addled, staring at each other, basically on Facebook. And the monkeys will just. Yeah. So what is he calling about? His freezer. See, what happens is because the power was out and their freezer or refrigerator was off, all of these people are going to want to be paid for their food. Every one of them is going to want to be paid for the food in their refrigerator. And that's the only reason that they call him with this call. After the power outage last night, the freezer side of the freezer is not working. Well, how the fuck do you know that? I mean, really, how do you know? You spending any time in the freezer? Got a thermometer in there? No? Okay. Fucking freezer was off for nearly 6 hours. So what happens is they get these info from each other and then they call and make the same fucking complaints because they're basically telling each other what to do to get over it. So they all call and do it at the same time, which is absolutely fucking stupid. It's like it's obvious. One second. I'm saying, thankfully, it's not even an emergency call. Now, because I'm on a screen with you guys, I can't even really eat my breakfast. So I still haven't had breakfast. Now it's cold. Exactly, BMT. The food wouldn't go bad like that. It may lose ice cream. Yeah, that's what I had to tell people last night. I sat last night until about midnight, going door to door, telling people the same thing. The power is out. We blew a transformer. Unplug all non-essential electrical items so they can get the power back up quicker. And don't open your refrigerator. Leave it closed. What do you think the main thing people were saying? Oh, my refrigerator's off. Well, no shit. The power's off. But you know, if you keep it closed, it'll hold in all that cold air. It doesn't go bad like that, like instantaneously. Oh, milk's bad. This is bad. No, that's not how it works. That's not how thermodynamics even work. But I can give a fuck about ice cream. The freezer food, yes, it's going to have to defrost. It's going to have to freeze again, but it's fine. It's not going to go bad completely. Happy New Year, AP. So, blanketly, just to everybody, because I haven't gone through it yet. Happy New Year to all of you guys. I know you hear me bitching. It's just because this is what's going on right now. I haven't had my coffee completely. I haven't had to have breakfast, so I'm cresting on hangry. I'm cresting on hangry. It's going to be a rough day. These motherfuckers do not give me time to actually eat some food. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a goddamn problem because I want to do this stream and I want to eat my fucking food. And I don't think that's too hard of an ask after a power outage that you call them with issues related to not having power. And everybody's going to be calling about their refrigerator and their water heater. The last call I got that made me late on eating breakfast. As soon as I got set to make it, I got a call. I had to go up to a tankless water heater because the guy couldn't get it working. And I went in there for less than a minute and turned the fucking thing on. I checked the breakers. I did everything. It just doesn't seem to be working. Something's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. You have to hold the button and turn it on. Not just. That's all I did, really, legitimately, yo. That's all I did. I went there and held the power button to turn the system on. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, leave it alone. Right. So, I'm starting my new year a little soft. So, just to get it going, like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I would love 10 contributors. That'd be nice. I got 2 so far. So, I will give them their salutes because they've earned it. So, Happy New Year and shout out to the number 1 wrench in the building, Aqua Techie. Appreciate you. I will give you the 3B salute. Appreciate y'all. Just realized I went out of order too. I just realized I went out of order. Aqua Techie was not the first one. Challenging day. It's like I lose my shit. Like the first 24 hours of the new year. Lose my shit. Next one goes out to my cinephilic brother, the Malika Me Bane. He donated on Friday. Sorry about that, Malika. So, appreciate your support. I will give you your moniker. 3B salute. Appreciate you. Next one goes out to the Swift one. He says, Happy New Year, Geek Sunday tribute. Thank you, Swift, for paying your ties to the Church of Geekdom. Reverend Artisan sitting up here at the pulpit. Y'all made it through the new year without getting hurt. Thank you. I appreciate you. I will give you that the bedrock booty bounce. Shake it quiet. Joe Herb stepping on through, dragging his nuts. Appreciate you, Herbert. Stay all day. I will give you your 2. So I will give you first the guts and butts. Appreciate you.
Tell me what? 3 or 4 times I ain't telling no lies. Running up. Never let a hard time on the was.
I will also give you the double that. Appreciate you.
Money for the rap, double lag. Pussy on fat, double lag. 100 on the sack, double that. Block like a ghost town, still double back.
And to the no one, the package man came through in the new year. Appreciate you, no one. I will give you 3B salute. Appreciate you. Next one goes out to the package man. No one says it's 2023. Maestro, please.
Tell me what? 3 or 4 times I I ain't telling no lies. Run it up. Never let a hard time hold us.
Appreciate you, no one. All right, so thought about doing something different this stream, but I'm on a timer right now, so I'm going to have to eventually stop the stream, go take care of this refrigerator situation, and then come back and fire up the stream again. I just love doing that shit. First thing I want to say is first question I want to ask. What's up, Lot? Lot's wife. Just Lot. Happy New Year to you too, sir. Or ma'am, I don't know. It's not gender specific. It's not gender specific. A lot can be asexual. It's just a lot. First question I want to ask everybody is I know you probably didn't do it, but this is what I'll say. It's a new year. And I didn't get to put this message out last night because I just told y'all what I was doing all night. Running around all night in my van. I try to make it a tradition in the new year within the first week of a new year to see one sunrise, one sunset. It's on the same day, awesome. But I make a point to do that, and I do it to remind me of where I came from, what I went through in 2023 or 2013 and 2014. I do it as a recharge for myself to remember that everything changes and there is always new opportunities with every rise of the sun and with every setting of the sun. All that new old shit is gone. It's gone. You're moving towards the next day. This day is over. You don't need to worry about all that shit. It's done. And the next day will come. So I would challenge everybody, if you can today or if you off work tomorrow, catch a sunset wherever you are. Catch a sunset today. Think about what you want to go into this year with and what you're leaving behind from the year before. Now, chronologically, on the calendar, it's like it's a new day, but if you want to be really fucking practical about it, it's still your same life. It doesn't matter. But if you need a mental understanding of how to let things go in the past, use that sunset as that. If you want a mental idea of aspirational hope, or at least the drive to get out there and do something new for yourself, watch your sunrise because that's what it's for. I woke up this morning to phone calls. And when I walked outside, it looked beautiful. It was bright, it was sunny, it was dry, and everything smelled clean because it had rained so freaking hard yesterday. Everything smelled clean. The air was crisp. I could smell the water in the air. I fucking loved it. And I thought of the YouTube. It's a beautiful day. Because it was a beautiful day. And for me, I think about that, how many people I feel sad for, or people who may have self-deleted the other day and didn't make it to see this shit. They didn't have enough to hold on and understand the sun will rise again. The sun will rise. A new day will dawn if you can hold through the night. I don't agree. I told you guys before, I don't agree with the whole self-deletion thing. I really don't. I think it's really selfish. Doesn't mean I don't have sympathy for people who think that's the way, but I don't agree with it. I really don't. So I looked at it kind of down. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You want a pity party? We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Especially not if you're a man. We're not doing this. I have to sack it up. But I know, I believe, at least, I believe every man goes through it at some point. Every man does. And that's why it's important to focus on things that are constant and not things that are changing. Your romantic relationships will change. So that's why you don't focus solely on them. But if you focus on, you know what, the sun comes up tomorrow, I have this, tomorrow I can do this. Those are things that you can build on. You don't build on a possibly transitory relationship. You build on the foundations of who you are, which are not, I was just born to be in a relationship. So, yeah, Aquatech. I've known that since I was a kid. I always loved the smell because I'm a city boy, right? I always loved the smell after a good rain. You can smell the grass, you can smell the wet pavement. Shit is washed down the drain, it's all away, and that's metaphoric. That is metaphoric. That's cleansing. Now, maybe it's because of my Christian upbringing, where I was in church having to remember the whole thing about the flood and all the rest of that shit. But there's some truth to that. Everything seems clean once the rain comes and washes it down the damn drain. And what was part of my job yesterday? Making sure the shit got washed down the drain. It didn't clog it up. So I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. And that understanding that certain things have to go. My mother actually, well, I texted my mother. I told her happy New Year. I did because one of the things I know is that I'm a bigger person. I am. I'm always a bigger person. I always try to find a higher road to walk. It gets lonely and it gets irritating because you just walk in a high road. But it is what the hell it is. You have to walk your walk, and other people have to walk theirs. And I wish her happy New Year. And then she texts me back with this long screed about um, loving me and throwing stuff away from the last year, so it doesn't bother you no more. So basically, some hopeful message trying to tell me to throw things away and let things go. I don't need that. I let things go. That's why I wasn't talking. But be that as it may, I told her, "Love you too, mom. I always love you, even in disagreement." Now I didn't go in on her like I could have. I did. I just left it at that because I can disagree. As a grown ass man, almost 50 years, I have a right to disagree. Even before that, I have a right to disagree. Problem with single mothers sometimes is they don't want to hear that disagreement from their sons because it calls their thinking process into question. Because they have a hard time respecting their sons as men. My mother is no different. She's just a mom. She's just a young single mother, still dealing with a child, her child, who is his own independent person, has his own strong ideas, and has grown up just like she grew up. But we're still too close in age. Still too close in age. So a lot of shit you're not going to tell, especially not about. Shout out to AP Aaron Peterson. Appreciate you, sir. On the PayPal side of the game, I will give you the guts and butts. Appreciate it.
Double up, 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I'm running up. Never let a hard time on me once.
I think that's something. The pay of the pal. So that's my challenge to you guys. Do something that embraces life in this day. It's the first day of the new year. Now, some of y'all might be recuperating. Some of you might be hungover. It's all well and good, as long as you're safe. But at least by tomorrow, do something to embrace this new day. Do something to embrace what you want to do in the next 364 days that are left. What do you want to accomplish? Me and Malika already know. Um, G Serotonin got 364 days to see what's going on because we're gonna be checking in on his ass to see. Yeah, I didn't, Aaron. I just read it. Just read it. Just gave you a whole prompt. Man, were you not here? You missed it. What up, Donnie Mac? Happy New Year to you too, man. Yeah, I just read it. But also, do something new. Something you want to learn. I think I might go back to class and really try to learn Spanish. Really try. Like the fourth time is a try, right? The Jordan year. Listen to Toya. Jordan. This year should be your Jordan thing. This should be the Jordan year, right? As I come back waving a 4-5. I can play games with you. Danger room is now open because Beast has arrived. Thank you, Beast. Safety protocols are unlocked. Let me get the Geek Elite Gold team up here. Like I said, I'm probably going to break the stream up. So when I come back, I will open the stream to just you guys talking. But I can't control the length of the stream when I bring people up. I have to be able to shut it off when I need to go. Stepping out of comfort zones, you should step out of comfort zones. When you find a comfort zone, depending on what it is, I'm not telling you to go to the roughest hood in your neighbor in your city. Just be like, this is outside my comfort zone. I think I want to come through here and start talking shit to folks. Probably wouldn't be the best course of action. But in your life personally, step out of your comfort zone. That's where the growth happens. That's where you start learning shit. If you really want to ask yourself, and this could not sound like geek shit all day, it is what it is. But if you really want to ask yourself, what is your comfort zone? But a place where you are not challenged, where you are comfortable, and you don't have to grow. What is it? It's the safe place you found the nest. That's all it is. Step out of that bitch. I had to explain to somebody yesterday, lady friend yesterday, about her 14-year-old son saying something back to his auntie that they thought was disrespectful. And what he said was that you don't have to tell me where to take the cart. I can see it. That wasn't disrespectful. It was a little sarcastic. But they didn't like that shit because they're not used to him asserting his manhood. He's 14. He has testosterone. You got a deep voice. It's going to happen. But this is the problem with raising a boy in an estrogen environment. He has to have the space to become the man you want him to be. He is not going to become the man you want him to be. You're constantly trying to stuff him back in the mold of, oh, he was so much nicer when he was a little kid. That is not going to work. You're going to have a hard time. He's going to resent your ass. But take it that way if you want to. I don't advise it, but it's always an option. That's a comfort zone thing. They are not comfortable with him having his own say, him having his own mind and having his own responses, and actually making judgments on the people around him like, Auntie, you being really fucking lazy. You should do this yourself. No, mother, I'm not going to apologize to that woman because I didn't do anything wrong. That's manhood shit. I'd actually, me as a man hearing that, I'd respect him a little bit. Like, all right, why shouldn't you apologize? Why do you think you shouldn't apologize? No, fair enough. You had your say. Look, maybe you ain't got to be say that shit to you calm the fuck. He bought him this, that, and the other, and he said that shit. That don't matter. What? Because she bought him something, he ain't supposed to be able to speak his mind? No, that's not how that shit works. That's how y'all operate. That's not how men operate. I don't give a fuck. I could pay for a meal and still critique it that it was bad. But they made food for it. But it was bad. Doesn't matter if you paid for it or not. I'm supposed to be silent because you spent money on me? No. That was your choice, just like mine saying something is mine. It's weird. I wonder how these ideas, you know. And if they're never challenged, they never even think about it. Comfort zone. That's what's comfortable for them to do. If that ain't how the shit works, especially not with men, not if you're trying to raise them. You want people to have backbone, to stand up to anybody, to stand up to speak truth to power and say, no, I'm not apologizing because I didn't do anything. And yes, she was being lazy. Why am I in trouble for calling it out? Man shit. This man shit. Uh, like I said, a man with no risk or challenge is not a man at all. He's weak. I place it in effect. Very true. Very true. My daughter gave me when I graduated from college. Mind you, I didn't graduate from college as a young man. I graduated from college as a 40-year-old man. My daughter gave me this little desk ball. It's a black ball with a saying engraved on it, painted in white, right? And I took a picture of it. And I have it on this laptop as one of my screensavers, right? And what it says, if the saying is, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. And that's it. That's the whole quote. Now my daughter knows me because she's my daughter. I raised her, so she knows the kind of stuff that I like. She got me something for my desk, so I can actually see it when I'm working or doing whatever at my desk. Right? That's a true statement. That's why I like it. Anything in your life that doesn't challenge you is not making you any better. You should be challenged daily. You should find a way to challenge yourself daily. If you are not, you really need to think about what you're doing with your fucking life. Because I heard Angry Man hitting on it last night that you can be you can be in a way letting life happen to you and not living life. You're just standing there letting the shit happen. And if you want a very disgusting visual, since it's all men, this would work. Some dude in the cell just bent over, letting all the other prisoners run the train. Shit is just happening to him. He's just there for it. He ain't putting up no fight. No. You should be challenging everything as a man. You should always seek a challenge. You get to the point in most things that you do where it does not feel like it's a challenge, you find yourself running on autopilot to do it, you need to be trying to do something else. Figure out how to make that shit challenging. And that's all I look for. I look for challenge. I don't look for the easy shit that I know I can do. I look for the stuff that seems like it's going to be hard. I try to go do that. Why? Because I like the feeling I get from accomplishing things that were hard. difficult for me to do. I like that shit. Makes my dick. Feels good. Feels good. Like making a chick that never came before come. Feels good. I like accomplishment. I do. I'm a fan of accomplishment. It's just what it is. Shao Kahn says it while kicking your ass. We pathetic fool. Yeah, yeah. And I'm not trying to bash men. It's easy. Here's the funny part. This is how you know. It's easy in this society to get lulled into complacency because so many people, especially as a man, don't want you to do shit. They just want you to do what's comfortable for them so they don't have to change. And you won't either. Stand at your post, work those levers like a good monkey while I grind this organ. Never think outside of that box. Never challenge yourself. Never push yourself anywhere outside of the place I'm comfortable with you being in. Because what happens is, like I told you guys before about family systems and psychology, the more you change, the more people around you have to change. They do. And what happens is, the more you change and challenge yourself, it makes them question themselves. And they either gonna roll with you and challenge themselves too, or they're gonna fall the fuck off and you're gonna leave them behind. Ones squawking the most about you trying to challenge and improve yourself in any kind of way, those are the ones who are gonna fall behind. They are, and they know it. That's why they don't want you to move. They got real comfortable with you being that rock in that steady place under them so they don't have to move. Your ass shifted and was like, man, I was comfy. Why are you doing that? Because I have other aspirations than being your fucking footstool. I have higher aspirations. I have bigger desires and bigger dreams than that, which I don't believe any man has a lack of dreams. They just get kind of pushed out of you to actually understand that you can still achieve them no matter what your fucking age is. You stop being able to chase and attain your dreams when you stop breathing. That's when it's over. When you stop breathing, you can stop chasing your fucking dreams. Till then, you better get on that shit. Because if I could see people doing whole news reports about a 90-year-old woman getting a college degree after all these goddamn years and kids and everything else, husband dying and all that shit, she said, you know what? My husband died. I think I'm gonna go to college and get my 4-year degree. And she do that and everybody's clapping like circus seals for her, like, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." And what the fuck what's your excuse? You a man, you're gonna live a shorter time. Better get cracking. Better get the fuck cracking. Like, it's a new year. It's about that time. Hey, Joe Herb, how's that comment coming along, homie? I'm just curious. I need an update. We would all like an update in here. Why don't you tell the elite, what's going on with the comment? I know you're working on it. I know you are. I just want to see, you got something in the hopper? You got something in the hopper, Herb? Herbistate? I'm just curious, man. Got this, this trick foot here. You just want to just kick out sometimes. It just feel like kicking out somewhere. Just got to see what's going on with my homeboy. Like, for real. I'm curious. And not in a bisexual. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Just can't go. You getting shit about response time, so I actually have to respond to some of these. It wasn't an emergency. Hey, Aquatechy, look, told you, I will be a good big brother or uncle to folks. I like seeing people accomplish shit. I do. I don't have a problem being that little push just to keep this motherfucker gonna keep nagging me. gonna keep nagging me till the shit get done. Look, man, I'm gonna just do it so he can stop fucking nagging. Yeah, I'll stop nagging you about that, but we'll move on to something else. I just want to see you accomplish it. I do. I want to see black men accomplish what they want, to actually chase their fucking dreams and shake off all that self doubt that was heaped on their fucking shoulders forever. Herb is younger than me. Herb is like 40 something. I know the same kind of shit that I was getting, he was getting. He right behind me as an expert. Right behind me. So the same way I try to shake it off, I try to get brothers standing next to me on the side and shake the shit off your fucking shoulder. Shake it off, man. Get it done. And here he is. Look, Herb showing up again. Herb show up. I can tell you that. Page 6 of the final issue. Also working soon. My new own story. Trying to figure out which way to go on that one. No need for that foot yet. Good. Because you know it's there. You know it's there. My Scorpio brother, he know I will go in. What the fuck's wrong with you? I just wanted to keep moving forward. Page 6 of the final issue. Awesome. Can't wait to see it. Are you animating that one too? And sound effecting it? Because I like the other one. It was animated with sound effects and shit. I was like, that's awesome. He did that shit himself, man. Look, I pay this man to do some of this shit. Got a bunch of people with goofy ass comments and shit like that. You need a manager or something. Somebody can actually promote your shit. If you're gonna animate it, again, let me know. I like that motion. And remind people where your channel is so they can actually go look at the shit. Look at the comic. Shit. They can look at the comic and the stuff that you've already done. I'm trying to add even more animations too. See, that's what I'm talking about. Not staying comfortable. Oh, I know how to do this, so I just only do it that way. I'm gonna try something different this time. I'm gonna try to go bigger this time. There you go. Challenge yourself. That's the challenge. I challenge myself so much I fail a lot. Like, I challenge myself to get the rest of these goddamn 2022 videos out. Didn't happen to do the work. So here it is, 2023. I still got an old shit that I'm dragging forward. And the problem with me, I have so much OCD, I can't just drop that shit and say, well, it never existed. No, my brain won't let me do that. It won't, dude. It's a struggle. It's a fucking struggle. So good, Herb. Glad you're still working on that shit moving forward. Definitely updates. Because I'll ask. The person I'm not messing with right now is gonna like it. Because I did it a couple of weeks ago. So, from what I understand, there's some stuff going on with Marvel, some Ben Affleck stuff, him coming back. But I didn't want to first stream of the new year. I didn't want to labor stream, but I might feel differently when I come back. But for now, I have to get out of here because I am on call. I have to go answer this call about these refrigerators. There's literally nothing I can actually do. It just has to start running again. But I'm gonna leave this stuff set up. I will be back after that. Hopefully, there's not a lot of calls in between the time I get there and the time I try to come back and clock back out. But I do need to get to this thing so I can get it taken care of. So, hang around for the part 2, 3.43.1. I will be back. But until then, I'll just be back. Just I'll have a good sign off right now, but I'll be back, you guys. I will see you in a little bit.